hyphen?
It should be, if you want to switch to root, it should be sudo su hyphen. If you want to switch as any other user, su username, su hyphen username.
If I do
Username.
sudo space su hyphen, it'll directly go without asking password, right?
Sudo su hyphen. You will become a root
Okay.
user. Recheck your commands.
Okay.
Okay?
I'll take.
Yeah.
I have typed only su hyphen.
Not su hyphen, sudo su hyphen. And now we created a user right yesterday. I'm just quickly creating it again as this is a new system again. So Tom user. Okay, these are all the things we did yesterday. So I'm just giving a like a recap, creating a user, setting a password for this user, Tom. Okay, so I'm setting a password for Tom. Also, I would like to set a password for EC2 user. Okay, done. Tom is created, user is created. Okay, let's check the groups of Tom. Right, he was into Tom group. By default, every user will be into his own group. Okay, if you want to add some other group, let's say I want to add this Tom to some other group. First, create other group. How do you create a group? Group add DevOps. Let's say I'm creating a group called DevOps. Now, I would like to add Tom to this group. How to do that? User mod -g DevOps, okay, group name and the username. What it will do, this will remove Tom from his Tom group and add him to DevOps group as his primary group. Let me show you groups of Tom. Do you see that? Means Tom was added into DevOps group and he was removed from the Tom group. Understood? He was added into DevOps group. And later on, let's say you want to delete any group, that also you can do group del Tom. Tom group will be deleted. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you can check the groups under etc groups. Is it etc group, not groups? So yeah, Tom group is no more here. Earlier we have seen Tom group, but now we don't have Tom group because we just deleted it. And now Tom is under DevOps group. Right? So suppose, let's do one thing. Suppose I just want him to be added to another group, like EC2 user group, but I don't want him to be deleted from DevOps group. I just want to append him to another group. How to do that? User mod -ag. Let's say I want to add him to admin group. Now, see, he was added to DevOps group as well as admin group. Unlike before, it is deleting from the existing group and adding him to a new group. This will just append him to a new group. Got it right, everyone? Following simple operations on how to add to a group, remove to a group, and so on. Suppose remove user Tom from admin group as secondary group. Let's suppose you want to add this Tom, add some password. Let's say I just want to remove user from admin group, right? Removing user Tom from admin group. See, this will help you remove Tom from this admin. -d Tom means remove Tom from admin group. Now, Tom will be under only DevOps group, right? Groups command will display the groups of the current user. Current user is EC2 user. So these are the groups of EC2 user. If you want to check the groups of any other user, you should put the username. That's about users and groups. But users and groups makes more sense when you access some files, isn't it? It comes with the permissions. That's the reason you are creating a group, isn't it? Let's say there are 5 users, they have similar permissions. So we will be adding them into a particular group, right? Correct? So let's give some file permissions. Like, let's say here, let's suppose you want to create some file. I'm just creating, anywhere you can create in the TMP folder. I'm going to create some file. Let's say demo.txt. And also let me create some directory, mkdir, let's say my directory. Okay, when you do ls, you can see all of them. But how do you see the file permissions of files and folders? ls minus a long list. Long list will help you see the permissions on the file. See, these are the actually file permissions. Let me copy them. Just give me a minute. Okay, that's the file permission for demo.txt. Let me also grab the permission of the folder. Okay, so do you see that? Also, let me just separate these things. I can't separate now, but that's fine. This is the file permissions of demo.txt. This is for my directory folder. Okay, how do you understand these permissions? The first literal, okay, the first literal indicates whether it is a file or a folder. If it is a folder, it will be D means directory. If it's a file, it will be just hyphen. Then always you have to check on 3 literals. These 3 literals you have to understand first. Then the next 3 literals. From R to this, then this one. Same is the case. First 3 literals, then the next 3, and so on. So what is meant by R? R means
Read.
read,
Read.
write, and execute. X for execute. Okay. So first
Yeah.
3 literals indicates read, write, execute. Read, write, only read, write, no execute. Hyphen means no permission there. Read, write for what is the first set for? Owner of the file. These are the permissions of owner. Okay, then what is the second set? Are you following? I'm talking about this as a first set. Okay, let me write here. First set, second set, third set. You have 3 set. Each set has 3 literals. Correct? Understand this carefully if you are new. First one is owner permissions. Then second part is owner's group. Owner belongs to some group, right? So owner's group permissions. Third one is anyone else who is not owner, who is not owner's group. That's called as others. Same is the case here also. First one is owner. First part is owner. Owner's group, others. What is the owner permissions here? Read, write, that's all. What is the owner's group permission? Again, read, write. And here, only read. Here also, owner. What is the owner permissions here? I want to hear
Read.
from you. What is owner permission?
Read, write,
Read.
execute.
Read, write, execute. And here, same.
Same.
Read, write, execute.
Read, write, execute. And this one,
Execution
Read,
only.
execute.
read and execute. That's how you should understand. Owner has read, write, execute. Owner's group. Owner's group has read, write, execute. Anyone else who is not owner, who is not in the owner's group will have read, execute. Clear with this? So EC2 user is the owner of this file. Owner also you can see here. Who is the owner? How do you know? This is the owner. This is the owner. This is the owner's group. Here also this is the owner, this is the owner's group. And date and time when the file is created. So first this demo.txt, who is the owner of the file?
It is
EC2
EC2.
user. This one also EC2 user is the owner's group. This is anyone else. Means Tom comes under other only. Correct?
Hmm.
EC2 user. EC2 user. Here, Tom. Anyone else? Tom, Jim, or whoever not under EC2 user group. Right? So now, yeah, if owner will have all the permissions, owner can also modify these permissions. So now let's look into it. Coming back here. So this file is having read write for owner. Meaning EC2 user is the owner. So he can edit the file. He can write permissions, means he can save. Good. Perfect. Permissions remain same. You just modified the file, that's all. Now let's suppose Tom want to edit the file. Okay, how do you switch to Tom? su-tom. Password, we have created password, so give the password. See, I'm a Tom user. Do you see that? I become Tom. Now go to, yeah. Under TMP, we have these files, right? So see, those are the files. Permissions remain same. You means you see the same permissions. Now Tom is trying to edit this file demo.txt. Do you see at the bottom? Read only means Tom cannot edit this file. Right? It is read only. He can't edit this. Go to escape mode. If I go to escape mode, what it is saying? Warning, you can't edit this. But still I made change. I'm trying to save it. See, you can't save it. Can't open file for writing. Enter command to continue. You can't do that. Okay, fine. I'm just closing. Save and close means WQ. Only closing means Q. Close it. It is not saved because Tom cannot edit the file. This is the point of users, groups, and permissions. It makes sense now, right? Why do you need groups? Why do you need users? Tom might be a new joinee to the project. He should not be given permissions to edit any file until he is into the project well, until he understands the project, right? So this is how users' permissions can be restricted. Similarly, there were 5 new joinees. Anyone should not have this. They all can be added into a group and you can give permissions to the group. Got it? Okay, let's suppose Tom is now a senior. He learned the project. We should allow him to make the changes. How to do that?
Just add him in the end user EC2
Modify the
group.
permissions. Okay, who can modify? Can Tom modify the permissions?
Owner.
Owner
Owner.
or root user, super user, only they can modify. So I'm EC2 user. I want to give Tom permissions. So I should change the permissions of the file. So how to change? Which set I should change? First set or second set
Last,
or third
last,
set?
last
Second
set.
set.
Second
No,
set.
last set. Last set.
Second set. You should add him in the groups, right?
That you can do, or
No,
else
no,
you
no.
can also change for others, right? Third
Yes.
set. Or else add Tom to the EC2 user group.
If,
That is
yeah,
also fine.
if I change for others, so
Everyone else
anyone
will
can
have.
go ahead and edit
Hmm.
the code. If I
Correct.
want only Tom to do this, I have to add him in the EC2 group.
Correct. Correct. This is the better way to add to the group. But here anyway, in our case, we don't have, you can change it to Tom also. Yeah. First, let's add him to the Tom user group, EC2 user group. He should be able to do. Okay, we'll remove from the group and then we'll do the third thing also. Understood both the scenarios,
Yeah.
everyone?
Yes.
Yeah, first let us add Tom to the group. How to add Tom to group? We have learned
Add
some
group
commands.
chmod sudo
Is owner. Change owner.
User mod
user
minus AG. Add the group EC2 user Tom. Correct? Now, if you groups Tom, he was added. Okay. Now Tom should be able to modify it. Oh, sorry. I came out of the system.
yes.
Okay. Now switch to Tom. su-tom. Password Tom. demo. Okay, this is under TMP. So this is the whole path. Okay. Now if he's editing, right? He can edit the file now. Correct? Check the code.
Yeah.
This is one method. So he can edit the file now. Another way is you may also change the permissions of other. How did we, yeah, let's also see that changing the permissions of a group, others. I mean, changing the permission of the file. Here, what we did not change the file permission, right? Files are under TMP. Did we change file permission?
No.
Did we change the file permission? File permissions are same. Only I have
Yeah.
added Tom to EC2 user group. Right now, Tom is under EC2 user group, so he can. But let's suppose I don't want Tom to put here. I want to give permissions for everyone else. Whoever here, there might be tomorrow Jim here. Okay. Whoever there, I want to give permissions to anyone else, others. Okay, write permissions. Yeah, how to do that?
chmod.
Chmod to change the file permission. Till now, we did not change the file permission. So let's do that now. Chmod. See, first, once again, they are defined with some literals. This owner group is defined with a literal called owner is defined with U. Correct? U. This group is defined with G. This is with O. Okay, you have to give others permissions means O plus W. Meaning chmod O plus W demo.txt. So now permissions will be changed. Right? Do you see that? Understood, everyone? Clear?
O plus W is that? What is the W?
Right.
Right permission.
Okay.
O means the third part. Earlier we have only like this, right? Read. But now
Yes,
read write.
others.
For
Yes.
others.
Okay,
This
we
is
have given
another
O
way.
plus others. Others plus equal to right.
Hmm. Clear with the two ways of giving the permissions to this particular user? Are we good?
Yeah.
So this is how you give the permissions. Let's suppose I want to delete permissions from the group. Okay, if you want to remove permissions, group means G minus W. I want to remove, group should not have permissions to edit, to write. So now you see the permissions, see? Group is the middle part. So G is gone, I mean W is gone. He cannot modify, right? Suppose you want to add permissions, G plus W. Now permission is back. Okay, let's say I want to remove permissions, write permissions for everyone. Let's say for everyone I want to remove minus W. If you don't mention either it is Warner or group others, it will remove from everyone. Right? It is giving you, yeah, it's asking you new permissions will be like this, not RR or chmod demo.txt new permissions will be. New permissions are, okay, others are still having a permission. It should be deleting for everyone. Maybe write permissions should be there at least to one. Okay, last one is still having the right permission. But yeah, if you want to do it across all, that's how you can just define it with minus without mentioning either it is owner or a group or whatever. Suppose I want to add write permissions plus W. Okay, now everyone might have got write permissions. Again, I would remove from others, O minus W. O minus O plus G minus G plus U minus U plus. That's how you do. Even for the folder also the same way. G plus G minus O plus and so on. Understood this concept, everyone? This is one way of giving permissions. Okay, there are multiple ways you can do. Like, suppose you can also do this way. Like, whatever permissions you want to have for group, let's say read, write, execute also. You can give G plus X, or else you can do this. G is equal to what permissions you need. This is another way of giving permissions. I have given execute permissions. Execute permissions will be given for an executable file so that you can run the exe. See, color change because we made it executable, but that's okay. That's another way. Let's suppose I want to give for owner also. You may give O plus X, or else O equal to whatever you need to have the permissions. Are we good? Yeah. You want to remove permissions?
Yeah.
Simply. Similarly for owner group also you want to delete. Just I don't want execute means give like this. That's all. Right? These are the two ways of giving permissions. There is another way called numeric mode. This numeric mode is more widely used. You may go to your Google Drive. You can see here in your Google Drive Linux basics as I have shown you. Same way, go to the same document. Here is this chart which indicates the numeric mode. If you want to give only execute permissions means 1. Write permissions means 2. Execute write means 3. Read means 4. Read execute means 5. Read write means 6 and so on. Got it right, all of you? Understood? So let's see this way also. Suppose I want to give all the permissions. You may use chmod. See, first literal for first literal, second literal, all of them you add it together. Let me show you. Suppose this is the file, right? Let's say I want to give all permissions for owner 7. Owner 7 means read, write, execute. Read is 4, write is 2, execute is 1, total 7. For this one, I just want to keep the same. Same means read, write. Read, write means what is the number? Read is 4, write is 1.
3.
6,
5,
right?
5,
Read, write.
Okay. 5.
Next one also
2.
6. 1. Read, write. So, and then the file name. Now, if you do ls, see, others read, write is 6, but first one is 7. Right? Suppose I just want to have only read, write, or else or read, write for first one means 6. Group, I want to give only read, or else read, write. Others, I just want only read. Correct? So, what will be the permissions of owner of this file after running this command?
Read, write, and read.
First
Read,
one,
write,
owner
read,
will have
write,
read, write. Group
Read, write,
will
read,
also
write,
have
read,
read,
write,
write.
and read.
Others will have only read. See, others have got only read. This is the numeric mode. Generally, for files like password and all, it should be read only by a particular user, no write permissions. Means I want read permissions for owner and no one else should have any permissions. What should be the command? What should be that code?
400.
It's 4, 4.
400.
Only owner should have read. No permissions for anyone else. No permissions means
400.
for keys and all, this is permission we use. Only read for the particular user. No one else have any permissions. Okay. Practice, little practice. Okay. Slowly practicing these commands, you get used to it.
For directory also same command.
Directory
Suppose
also same way. Same command, same thing. And whatever commands you apply to the directory will be applicable to the content inside. Okay. And Yeah, okay. How to change the owner? Like owner is here. Let's suppose I want to change the owner itself. Owner and the owners group. Yeah, that also you can do using chown. Okay, let's say I want to make Tom as a owner, admin as a group. Earlier, EC2 user is the owner. This is the group, but Tom user and admin group. Okay, and the file name. See, Tom became the owner, admin became the owners group, right? That's how you change the
Yeah.
owner. Suppose I want to change only the owner. Okay, I'm making EC2 user as the owner, chown EC2 user. I'm making the owner. Only owner means just the first part actually is the owner, second part is the group. Just put the first part, owner will be changed. See, owner is EC2 user. If you want to change the group also, then the command is change group. Change group, I want to change group as EC2 user only. Demo.txt. Done. Right? EC2 user is the owner, this is the. Those are the simple commands you can use. Little practice. See, don't try to learn the entire Linux content in a day. Every day, allocate 10 minutes to it. Okay, every day do 10 minutes practice on these commands. Every day, when you start studying, if you are new to Linux, when you are starting studying, spend 10 minutes to learn the Linux basics. Throughout the course, if you do it for 2 months, you'll be all set. That's how you should learn Linux. Not that you do all the hands-on ones. It's okay if you do all the hands-on ones, but every day you should repeat it. That is more important. Just not doing one time and close it. Unless until you do it regularly, you don't get a grip of it. Okay. There were some simple commands as well, like let's suppose I want to list all the files in etc or else USR local. Okay, it will show you this, or else let's say you have so many files in USR bin. So many are there. Let's say you want to see them page by page. Pipe is an operator which will connect the output of first one to the input of second. Less is a command so that you will see page by page. You can hit enter to go through each one, right? That's a pipe operator. Less is another command, ls is one command. This command input will be given, this command output will be given as input to it. And you can see page by page. Some simple commands, operations you can go with. Or else let's do one thing. Another command, history. History will show you the history of all the commands. Okay, let's say from this history, okay, I want to search only few things. History, pipe, there is something called grep command. Grep means global regular expression. I want to have all sudo commands. See, all the sudo commands were grepped. And then I want to put this output. These are called redirection arrows. Single redirection arrow. I want to put it in a file called, let's say, sudo. I want to save them instead of printing. See, a file is created. Sudo.txt, if you see all the sudo commands. Okay, then let's say I want to grab all the commands related to password. See, those are the commands. I want to put this also into the same file. See, what is the file content? All the password commands. But what happened to the sudo commands?
Override.
Overwrite. Single arrow will overwrite. But let's say I don't want to overwrite. Rather, I want to append double arrows. Okay, and what I want to put here, let's say I want to grep now sudo commands. I want to append here. Yeah. So sudo password. And do you see? Right? Password commands and then sudo commands. Right? Everything was there. Those are simple operations. As we go by, we'll be using many other Linux things according to the scenario rather than just learning what it is. So we'll come across.
These commands are common to for all the Linux distributions, or it is specific to
It will be
Ubuntu?
almost same. Little change might be there depending on the distribution. Very small change, but almost there will be some. And how about installing any packages? How do you install anything on Linux systems?
Using yum.
We will use something called package managers in Linux. What is a
RPM.
package manager? Okay, package manager is nothing but, see, in Linux, installation might be complex, as when you install something, it just goes into multiple locations. All the binaries will be stored at one place, all the libraries and so on. You can't split that and put them in the proper way, and also you have package managers like yum package manager, right? Like for if it is Ubuntu, it will be apt-get and so on. These package managers will help us install the packages. And also when you uninstall, it can take care of uninstalling them as well. For CentOS based systems, it is yum is the default package manager. Okay, if it is Ubuntu and all, the default, the package manager will be apt-get. So using this package manager, will install the packages. Here I would like to show you installing few things. Like we install Git on Windows. How do you do that? That's all. Install Git should install Git. You should be a root user to perform this operation. Okay, now install Git. Okay, now you have Git installed. When you run Git, you see this verbose means Git is installed. You can also check the version. Right? Simple. Let us install some web server. What is a web server? How many
Apache.
of you know what is a web server? HTTPD web server, Nginx web server, these are general things, basics everyone should know in an IT. So web server is nothing but where you can host some static websites, or it can do lot many things. It can be used as a proxy, load balancer and so on. So we'll be learning it as a web server. There were so many web servers like HTTPD, Nginx and so on. So I'm going to install this HTTPD. Confirm. It is installed. Okay, you can check, like you can query it RPM minus QA. That's for querying the package. It is installed. Is it running? If you want to see whether it is running or not, there is something called systemctl. That's a utility of the system of this Linux server. Systemctl, where you can use to check the status of any service. Status HTTP. See, it's installed, but it's not running. How do you start it? Systemctl start HTTPD. After starting, if you check the status, yes, it's active and running. Do you understand this, everyone?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And also, there is a default port on which this service is running. If you don't know the port, you can check this process ID. For everything, there'll be a process ID in Linux. Okay, you can check with this process ID to search on which port it was running. Okay, let me show you. Yeah. Netstat. This is some networking command. You can just memorize this command just to check on the ports. -lntup will show you so many process IDs. But you want to see only this process ID, right? So pipe grep that particular process ID. I did not copy that ID. 32687. Right, earlier it listed all of that. There might be process ID as well. Yeah, 32687. If you want to see only that output, yes. And it's running on which port? Port 80. That's a default port of HTTPD. Also, see, remember these things, please. How many of you are new to this? Can you just raise the hands? I just want to know. How many of you know this already? Six people. Rest of them are all new. Seven. Any more? Hand raise. Seven people are into it. Everyone else is new. Okay. Are you all following others now? Other people who haven't raised the hands. Are you all following? I want hand raise from others. If you are following, raise your hand. New people means people who are new to these concepts. Good. Thank you for confirming you're all following. Okay. So this is the default port of HTTPD. One way to check is this is how you can check. Or else whenever you install it, there will be a conf file created under etc httpd conf httpd.conf. When you scroll up here, yeah, this is the port 80. Do you see? Yeah, it's on port 80. That's where you can see. If you want, you can also change this port here. Later we'll do. That's one thing. And also there will be something called document root location. Where www.html is a default document root location created. Sorry. That's a directory actually. So you can't edit the directory, right? Go to the directory. And there is nothing. This is where you can host your websites. Like if you have any HTML code or PHP code, you can put that for hosting. Also, it is running on port 80, right? So you can check that port. This is the server I'm using. Get the public IP, hit that on port 80. You should see Nginx running. But you should use public IP only to access from your system or from the browser. That port should be opened on this EC2 instance, like a firewall. How do you do? Go to security. Please listen this carefully because people get many errors here while doing. So please be careful. Go to security group. Edit the inbound rule. Only SSH connection is allowed. So I'm connecting to it. Now I want to allow this HTTP port. Port 80. There will be something like HTTP from anywhere. Now, do you see that? It indicates HTTPD is running on your port 80 and it is successful. Am I making sense? For all of you.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Particularly who are new to this. Already if people know these are the basics, they might be quite comfortable with it. I want to see whoever feeling a difficulty here. Yeah. So it's running. This is the document root. Let's suppose I want to post my website. I want to host my website. I'm creating a simple HTML page. See, don't worry. You don't need to learn HTML if you are new. This will be done by developers. For sample, I'm just creating a very basic, simple HTML files. Now, where is it? This is the instance, get the public IP. Hit that on 80. See, do you see that now? Earlier, just because nothing is deployed, this is nothing but deploying a simple website, a static website. It was showing the like a test, it was working fine, but now this is what it was showing. Got it? Understood? Yeah?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
And what if you want to change the port? Let's say port 80, something else is running, port is occupied. First, stop the service, stop HTTPD. Now go to that conf file. I have shown you, right? HTTPD.conf. Let's say I want to put it on port 90. So change
Ma'am,
it, save it.
HTTP service is
and-
not stopped.
Huh? Repeat.
HTTP service is not stopped, ma'am.
Is
Actually,
not
there is a
Apache
stopped.
service is not
typo.
stopped.
There is a typo in your script actually. That's why it's not
Where
stopped.
is it? Typo.
Hmm.
Okay, 1 minute. Let me save it. Where is the type? Oh, okay. You're talking about previous stop. Okay, okay. Yeah. Okay, stop. You should not do it because I saved the file. Without saving, you should stop it. That's okay. What I'll do is I'll just restart it. Okay, it's already running. I did not stop it. So I changed the port. We'd like to restart it. Actually, the ideal method is first stop the service, make the change, then start it. Okay, let's see. It should be on port.
Ma'am, you should to change port number, na, first. In
Yes.
security group.
Yeah,
90.
we have.
You have to add it.
We have to do. First time checking on. Okay, it started.
Yes,
Let
sir.
me check the status. Status, okay, good. Now a new process ID, do you see 339? Now netstat minus lntup pipe grep 339. Sorry, 339. Do you see? Changed the port. Now I should see on this port, but again that port should be added in the security rules. Edit the inbound rule. Custom TCP only. Anything else comes under. And what is this custom anywhere? What is this source? See, it indicates from where you are allowing connection. I can choose my IP so that I can connect only from my machine. That is always secure. But I'm doing anywhere so that even you people can connect, can open this. I'm just giving this in the Zoom chart. Hit that URL and see, can you all see the output or not? Now it's on port 90, port 80 is not working. Hit that URL and let me know, is it working for you all now?
Yes, it is.
See, we have 22 participants, not just one. Everyone can speak out or respond in the chat. It's not just one or two or few people will respond and others just sit keeping quiet. Let's have interactive sessions.
It's working.
Yeah, it's working. And now, see here, whenever we come across anything, we are also learning that particular part. Here now we are learning on inbound rules. Okay. Now, I can still access. Can you people access the same URL?
Yes.
You are accessing it.
1 minute. It's in my cache.
Open from an incognito.
Yeah, ma'am. No,
Open
ma'am.
in a new incognito. You will not
Yeah,
be
it is.
able to access it because that's how I made my security group. So security groups plays a crucial role in securing your servers, your infra. Okay, I said only I can access. This is my laptop's IP. Always this is the best. You can't access now. Anyone accessing still able to access it?
No.
No.
Okay. You understood the importance of this inbound rules now, right? Okay. Okay. Coming back. So that's how you can use the web server It can have many purposes like load balancer and all. We will discuss those things later. That's how a web server to host any static application, simple applications can be hosted this way. Nginx also serves like a web server. It also runs on default port 80, similar to HTTP. We can also use something like Tomcat. What is a Tomcat? Shall we install Tomcat as well? What is Tomcat, by the way?
It is also a web server.
It's application server.
server.
Java-based application server.
Yeah, Java servlet pages can be hosted. Anything. I'm just showing you how to install and giving you some idea about a web server and application server, which we'll be using to host our applications as we go by. So understand these things and do hands-on definitely. Don't think those are just examples and leave it. These are important. You should understand what is document root location, right? Where you put in a web server, where you put in a application server. You should have that basic knowledge. Okay, web server is installed. Sorry, application server is installed. Let me start it. Systemctl start Tomcat. It says it is started. Status. Active. Process ID is 786. Net stat minus LNT UP pipe grep 786. Okay, it's on port 8080. Right? It's on port 8080. So if you hit the same URL on 8080, of course, we don't say anything because we did not host anything. Where should you host for a Tomcat? Okay, this is where it is installed. USR share Tomcat. And for Tomcat, these are the subdirectories. Out of all this, web apps is the one where you should host your application. Okay, Java applications will be hosted in the form of jar files or var files. But I can't write Java code, so I would try to download some sample var file. Is it okay? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
For our testing, this is the sample var file. Here is the download link. Copy the link address. In Windows, if I click, it will be downloaded. But how to download it on Linux?
Curl. By using curl.
Here, in the process of working with this application server and web server, we were learning many things here. Yeah. So how do you do that? wget is again another package and the URL will help you download. I'm running this command in web apps. So in web apps, this is generated. That's all. You should put it in the web apps directory. Okay. Now you can restart your Tomcat. Already Tomcat is running. Restart Tomcat. See, when you restart, var file is like a zip file. Imagine something like a zip file. It is extracted to a folder, right? And if you want, you can also go there and see some Java code. But it's irrespective for us. We don't do that coding. So yeah, your var file is extracted means you should see your application on which port? 8080 and the endpoint is sample. Okay, endpoint should be the same as your var file name and that 8080 should be added here, correct? Add rule, yeah, custom TCP 8080. All of you can access it. Okay. That is your application deployed. I'm giving that in the chat window. Try out everyone. Can you all see the application from your end?
Yes, ma'am. We can see.
Good.
Yes.
Yeah. Finally, application is that's a Java servlet pages, Java application. Yeah, if I make it only accessible from my machine, you don't see it. Okay, the source is very important. Because in the interview perspective, when you say you have used some EC2 instances for deployment, what would be the source? How did you configure your security groups? Okay. That's another important question. Okay, so application is deployed on Tomcat. And also, like I told you, you can also change the port of Tomcat as well. That port will be available in conf directory.
Okay.
Yeah, server.xml.
Yeah.
So if you go to the server.xml, scroll down, you should see a port where it is configured. Yeah, this one, 8080. You can change this port and restart your Tomcat. It should be running on port 9090. You should not do this. First stop it, edit and do this, but that's okay. For our lab, restart Tomcat. First, you should stop it, make change, then start it. Now, let's say systemctl status Tomcat. Is it working still on 8080 for you? It should not be
No.
working anymore.
909.
It might be down. LNTUP, it will be on 9090. Try it on 9090, but we should add security group. You can try on 9090 meanwhile. 4134. Yes, it's on 9090. So I should hit this on 9090. This might be gone. Yeah. Let's try on 9090. If you don't add the port, you don't see it. It will be in the timeout state. What you should do, edit this again. Security group, edit. Oh, let me, why to add one more? Let me add here. 1990. Yes. Working now for you on the spot?
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
That's how you use this. See, we were doing everything manually, right? We installed Tomcat, we went to the document root location, we deployed a WAR file. All of this will be automated from the perspective of DevOps. That's what we are going to learn in the coming up classes. Installing Tomcat will be automated. Deploying this WAR file into this directory will be automated. Even I told you, if you remember in our demo class, let's recollect that. What I told is developers will write the code. Okay, they will build this and create this WAR file. And earlier, without DevOps, like in the traditional approach, they were sharing this WAR file directly to ops teams. Then ops teams, what I should, like we did, we should install Tomcat. Like we install Tomcat, we should also install Java, the right versions of them, compatibility and deploy it. Because it's a sample one, example one, it all worked with any version. But in reality, yeah, the right version of Tomcat you should choose, the right version of Java and all. Correct? This is how it's happening and it takes a lot of time doing this way like we did today. But now in DevOps approach, developers will not share this WAR file blindly. They will Dockerize it and share it in the form of a container. Okay, this will be shared to DevOps teams. Now, because it's shared in the form of container, you will not be working on the versions. You don't need to install Tomcat Java, don't need to work on versions. You just run the Docker container. That's all. What is it? We'll see. Because this Docker container will have all the Java, right versions, Tomcat, everything needed for your application. Means that the way they were sharing the application got changed. Means the way developers were handing over this artifacts got changed completely. Understood everyone? Got it? Am I making
Yeah.
sense? At least some idea you are getting, right? The way we did, you should know. That's not DevOps, but you should know that because we are going to automate it in a better fashion. Even the same thing can be automated, but it would be automated through Dockerizing it, which is much more better. So here first what we'll do, this part we did now manually. like how it's happening. We will also automate the same thing. Then we still will have problems. We will also discuss on those problems. Then we will do it in the right DevOps approach. Before you understand this, and for you to really appreciate this, you should know both of these process and their challenges. That's the idea of showing you this, so that you understand why this approach came in, what are the challenges in this and this approach. All the three approaches clear what I mean?
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone can speak.
Yeah, fine.
There is no limit. Any number of people can talk.
Pretty only two approaches, right?
Three.
How they are,
One is manual one, like we did today. Okay.
yeah.
That can be automated. Means you don't need to go and do yum install Tomcat. You don't need to copy this WAR file there. That can be automated. Installing the packages, copying the WAR file to their document root locations, even adding the security rules, all those can be automated. But still it has got its own prawns, because automatically you should install right versions. Then comes this approach of DevOps where developers will share you the Docker image. Got the three ways now?
No,
Yes.
still, I got the two ways, manual and automated.
This
Further,
Dockerizing you did not get.
no.
This one you did not get. Which one you did not get? One.
Dockerizing means we are automating it, right?
No, that's a different way of
Container,
deployment.
containerize.
Huh? Tell me. Here there is no Docker. In separate second approach, there is no Docker.
Okay.
Okay, it's a separate one.
Second approach, no Docker. You are making
Please
that
explain.
automation better with Docker.
Please explain that second one, automation.
You install Tomcat. How did you install Tomcat?
Yes, ma'am.
Yum install, right? You run some commands from your command line. Suppose you want to do this on 100 servers. Can you sit and do this on 100 servers?
No.
That will be automated. That can be automated by use of many automation tools. Second thing, you are downloading that WAR file. Whenever developer make change, new WAR file will be generated, right? Do you sit and watch when developer make a change? You should get the WAR file, then put it in web apps. Even that can be automated in a such a way that whenever developer make a change, a new WAR file is generated, automatically it would be placed on the web apps folder. Even that can be automated. How and all we are going to learn. Okay, I'm just giving you, okay, these are the things that can happen with DevOps. That is also DevOps only. But DevOps with Dockerizing it is the best approach. Why you should do that way, all of that we will learn.
Today we seen that first one. We are left with the
Correct.
rest of the two.
Rest of the two we will see throughout the course. Okay.
Okay.
First we'll see
Pretty just
Dockerize. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
First, we'll see Dockerize approach, because the second approach we don't use in DevOps, but still you will come across those scenarios also. How do you install packages through automation? Okay, how do you get the latest WAR files? All of that we'll see. But this is the real DevOps approach. The third one. Are we good? Anything else?
Just one question, Preeti.
Hmm.
Actually, regarding this networking concepts, so for every tool, these networking concepts are different, or it would be the same for all the tools?
All the tools. You don't need
Yeah.
networking concepts as DevOps person. Tools are different. They
Okay.
don't use networking concepts. This is a platform, right? Servers will be used in some network. So to get the ports and all, we use these basics. You don't need to go and learn any other network.
Okay. And the second question is regarding these ports. The port numbers we are selecting,
Mm.
on which basis we are selecting, what does they mean?
Those are
I
the
didn't
default ports, like web server, application server. Those services use those as default ports, like port 8080 for application server and all. We have nothing to do. When you install, that is a default port. But if you want, you can change it to another port. That's all.
Okay.
Those are the default ports on which your service is run.
Preeti, I'm getting the timed out exception while
When are you
connecting to
getting?
the. Yeah, Preeti, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. When are you getting this? Where are you getting this?
While connecting to the, that instance Linux from my Mac terminal. So yesterday I don't have any issue, but today only morning when I was connecting, I got this exception.
Have you added this port 2022 as such?
It is under custom security groups, right?
You should add it in the security groups.
It is by default, it is there.
It should be
That
there like this, 00.
yes, it is like that only. TCP custom. Same way it is there.
Then you should connect like this. Click on connect. You should use this command.
Yeah.
And you should run this command from the location. Give me 1 second. From the location of this PEM file. Give me a second, please.
Ma'am, can you show the where is you are running this SSH line?
Is there is it a custom like this?
So here you can see, yeah, this is
This
what
is the
you should
command
run
I'm
this
running.
command from the location of PEM file.
Yes, I know, it is there in my local. You see my I shared in the chat. Actually, that is the command I'm running. It is there
Can
in
you
my
share
local.
your screen? Can you share your screen?
Yeah, I'm sharing it. Are you able to see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you see this. Before that, I have added permissions also.
What is this? 1 second. Users documents Linux key.pem.
This one.
Okay. Okay, go back to the terminal. Run it.
Yeah, I have executed. I have run.
Okay. Can you go to that instance once? Go to that instance, please.
Yeah. Yeah, this one,
Go
right?
back.
You're saying?
Go back to EC2. Go to that instances, running instances. Which is your instance?
This one.
Select it, please. Click on that connect at the top. Go to SH client tab, third tab. Go back to your terminal once. See, you are using an incorrect command. Cancel it, Control C.
Okay.
Control C on the terminal. Go back to that console. Copy that. On that example, just click on copy. Go back to the terminal, please. Go to that CD, go to that location, /users. Capital.
Okay. What location you want me to go?
Yes, first go
This
to that location and run that. That is not correct. EC2 user IP is changed. Just save it there. Save that one. Control V.
Yeah.
Okay, see that one. User @ 124. You are using 1 or 2? Or else replace this in the above command. Replace
yeah,
that last part.
this part, right?
After at the rate. After at the rate. Copy it. E, you missed E. You are using some other machines. Copy it and put it in the above command. Replace it on the EC2 part. Not there, not there. At the rate, after at the rate. Till at the rate, delete.
Yeah.
Now place it. Now use that command. S is not copied. Cancel it.
Not copied. Yeah.
You have CD command previously, right? Now run it. See, I don't think you copied it. Just go back to that notepad, please. 124, still you are using the old one.
Yeah, understood. Mistake understood, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah, now I copied.
Control C.
Control means command C, right? In the Mac.
To exit, you can use Control C also. Just to quit that, Control C. Now run. Okay, yes. Give there S.
Okay. I think I have used it wrong.
Wrong your DNS. Wrong host.
Yeah, man, sure. Thank you.
All right then.
Ma'am, I have one question on this.
Tell me.
Where we have to copy that SSH client command is there, na? I'm not getting which terminal is we have to paste it and run it.
Sorry? On the terminal, you have to run it from the location of that file. Wherever that location is, you have to do from there.
Okay, I'm not getting which terminal. I have to separate download the terminal, like what?
You can use git bash if it is Windows.
Okay.
If it is Mac, you can use terminal. Terminal is there by default in Mac. In Windows,
Suppose
to install Git, you have git bash.
Okay, see, I have Oracle box, virtual box. Okay, can I'm using that terminal. We can run from there also.
You can run.
Okay.
But why are you using VM?
I'm already installed that, so but practice I'm doing. I'm have to install another Git. That's
I would
check
not
one.
suggest that. Okay.
Okay.
VM using you use the EC2 instances so that you get used to cloud also. Okay, we don't need to use those VMs anymore. Also, we go by, we'll be needing more VMs, like maybe 2-3 VMs. How can you manage all of them?
I'm starting. We have see you do EC2. That terminal you are mentioning, or like what terminal?
I'm talking about you are using VM for your hands-on, not EC2 instance, right?
Okay.
Isn't it? Is it correct?
Yeah.
You are using your own VMs, not EC2 instances.
You're telling see, my question is like SSH command, you are running the terminal. We have to separate install the terminal, separate terminal for that one.
Yeah. See, if it is a VM, you log into your VM and do the things, right?
Yeah.
Then which terminal you're talking about? You can use anything, okay? To connect your VM also, you can use this git bash or terminal on Mac. To connect to your VM, your own VM, or to connect with EC2, you can use either terminal or git bash, anything you can use. Or
Okay,
else,
okay.
If you still have a question, Mithun, please share the screen so that we may understand the context properly. You might be referring to something else, something else. Okay.
I will check today once again.
Sure. Check once and let me know.
Yeah, sure. Thanks.
All right, then. Thanks, everyone. See you all tomorrow. Bye, everyone. Good day. Please do the hands-on
Thank you.
before you
Thank
join tomorrow. That's mandatory. Okay. Make a note of it. Thank you all.